All right, Kapper here. It is July 18th, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek update, actually a full update on a brand new food plot that I made. And I'll show you why I put it here. But first, you can see the corn behind me. It seems to be doing pretty well. This is a very small patch of corn. It's probably 7 to 8 feet tall. And let me show you the location it's in. So you can see through there, the little watering hole. This is right next to my driveway. All right, and I got a stand right up there. And I set that stand up to hunt this watering hole and deer cross the driveway in this wooded patch. But the very three times I hunted last year, I found out that the deer were coming out of this corner, mostly in the mornings, in and out of this corner. And they were crossing across this bean field and going towards the house over there. So I thought, all right, this year, since I know they already move in this area, I'm going to put up a plot here, both late season and early season. So I'll show you from the air so you get a better sense of this plot. But I got the corn out here, which will also be a little buffer protection for them. And in here, I've got it all prepped ready for a green plot. So right in this green plot area, if I look back, there's my stand opening right up there. And offers basically a nice 30-yard shot, give or take, on where they come out of this corner. So it's looking good. I probably could have killed off some more of these weeds here on the inside, but this greens patch is going to be relatively small. But if I can get it to grow halfway thick, it will be all that I need. You know, they're not spending a ton of time here, although they're here in the evening too. I've seen them there. But let's take a look at this from the air and you'll see what I mean. So this is another brand new setup. I'm trying to spread the property out and make it lay out much more than a 150 for more opportunity. Okay, here we are with the aerial look. Now you could see that upside down U shape is corn. That's the plot, and obviously the gravel road on the right is the driveway, and that brown spot in the corner is the plot that I'm talking about. Right now I am facing due north with the drone. So that wood line at the very top of the U of the corn, that's where I have a stand right now. And they're coming out of that corner. Now you could see my driveway there. Everything on the right and on the north side of my driveway is neighboring properties. So this is very close to the property lines. So let me get you an overhead look so you can get a little bit different view. By the way, I ran this whole drone flight from sitting in my bedroom while it's like 100-degree heat index outside. So I thought that was pretty cool. So this whole woods here, they bed in there and they travel through there. If you look at that little point right there where that corn meets the woods, I can put another ground blind in that spot and hunt even different winds. All right, let's take you up a little higher so you can get more of a big picture view. I never thought I'd be hunting like right next to my own driveway, but this is another very strategic spot of making my land lay out bigger than it is to spread out your hunting opportunities. So in other words, from both of these neighboring property areas, I'm hoping to draw deer in and take advantage of their movement. I like to take advantage of deer movement that already exists, and I know they move through here. I'm simply trying to capitalize on it and make it better. So there you could see my driveway to the right and to the north of my driveway. Those are all neighboring properties. That's soybeans on the right, and that's hay field on the north there. But this wood lot right here that you're looking at, they bed in there, and they travel east to west and north to south, and they come right out of that corner and they travel southeast right to where our house is and go to another woodlot over there. So let me try to show you this watering hole And one of the reasons that I made it when I still had the big excavator here when they were building the driveway. So now I'm drifting north. There she is, that nice watering hole. And this is a very good watering hole. And the reason is because it catches a lot of water. I mean, the tiniest rain drains water into it and refreshes it. And it is shaded 3/4 of the day, so it doesn't really grow algae. And the deer love this thing. I did hunt a few times last year, and I got some good video of deer hitting this watering hole and crossing across the driveway, but I deleted that all. I couldn't find it. But anyways, here's the watering hole, and that's the driveway. The nice thing about the driveway is it's not like a public road. It deters the neighbors from trespassing, which is a really good thing, and it defines our property border, but it also is under our control, so it's only me and my wife coming and going. So here now you can look back to the south. There's our big soybean field, and they crossed that bean field, and to the left of our pole barn there is another huge block of woods that they bed in, and that's my sanctuary and that's the neighbor's sanctuary. Nobody goes in there. So there is a brand new plot, and one of many ways that I try to make my land lay out bigger than it is and add opportunities both in the core and the center and the perimeter of the property. All right, so here's another ground look. Most people, when they lay out their property, they think, you know, they're not going to hunt near a road, they're not going to hunt near a driveway. This is not a road, it's a driveway, so we control the traffic. It's just basically my wife and I. And I put this watering hole here very strategically when we were building the road because I suspected they might use it, and it just spreads out the property more. So I found out they're crossing all over across this driveway that way and then north and south, and they sneak out and they hit the water and they either keep coming or they go back in. And that stand is right up in this clump, and then right behind the stand is that corner of that field. So for any wind that's coming out of the north, which is straight at me this way, or coming out of the east, this is a good wind. And the reason a north wind is good is because that stand is very elevated and it blows right over the top of the deer in this corn plot behind me. I've tested that theory and it works well last year. Okay, here is the food plot that I'm talking about here. So this is the corn, in case you didn't know, and then this is going to be all winter and fall greens. All right. So the deer are traveling out of this corner and coming across this field. So even though it doesn't look like it, this right here is a hill. So on a north wind, which is this direction, by the time that wind starts floating over them in this vicinity, the wind is well over top of them because they are significantly lower here in this cornfield. And I also happen to know they sometimes travel in and out of these woods because they bed up in here. So I could also put a ground blind right there for another option to hunt differing winds. Here, what I was saying, the road is basically my property line. Alright, so basically everything on the right side and everything to the north is neighboring property over here. So I did that by design when I built the driveway, but you could see that it's a good deterrent for trespassers. However, it's really good for me, for deer hunting. So continuing, you see my driveway, it goes all the way around here, but the deer bed in here. The deer bed in this thick stuff, and they travel across that block, and they travel across this block, and they travel this way and this way. For some reason they want to come out of this corner and go back to another block of woods down by my house. Exactly why, I couldn't tell you.